Synthaholics.
Welcome to Synthaholics. Thank you so much for downloading this episode. Today you have myself, Aaron O'Brien, and David Duncan. What's up, Dave?
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Are we still here?
Who's the teariest one of all?
Michael Burnham. How many tears?
Burnham.
Man, she could fill an hourglass with all the salt from her tears she's cried just in 3 seasons. This hourglass is made from the tears of Burnhams.
Real quick, without giving too much info out, just for the first couple of minutes here, what did you think of this episode?
God, it was great again until the last 10 minutes of the episode.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I mean, the Mirror Universe stuff was just great. Michelle Yeoh was amazing. Actually, everyone's performance is pretty amazing over in the Mirror Universe. Like, it seems like they're all having a lot of fun with it. I remember reading for Enterprise, Trip Tucker hated being in the Mirror Universe, but it seems like everyone on Discovery is having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just more Mirror Universe stuff going on. I mean, I don't know how much of it really is spoilery, considering, like, I mean, the ending is, but I mean, like, throughout, a bunch of people die. So I'm assuming this is a Mirror Universe of the Mirror Universe, not the Prime Mirror Universe, I guess?
It's a variation of the Mirror Universe.
Yeah, because they keep killing people who... If she was in the actual Prime Mirror Universe,
right,
then I guess she's in the Kelvin Mirror Universe. I don't know. I don't even know how you'd like. She's in a different permutation, obviously. Because otherwise, it would...
I mean, there could be multiple realities. I mean, if you think about it, there could be multiple realities within every action we make. From choosing to, leave 10 minutes early from your home, going to work, or sleeping in.
There's the Worf episode where he runs into like the 1,000 Rikers or whatever it was.
Right, yeah, I love that one.
It's like
the crazy Riker with Borgs everywhere. You can't send us back.
The giant beard, yeah, it was great. So, I mean, there's lots of different mirror universes, and as many times as Star Trek goes back in time and changes things in the past, like, what is the Prime Universe anymore, really?
That's Prime is just the one that we know, so, yeah.
But some people say the Prime Universe changed at the end of that episode.
This episode?
No, the Worf like breaking through time and stuff like that, because things were a little bit different at the end of the episode than they started off with. So maybe the whole Prime Universe shifted at that episode, if that's to be believed, or it's like a fan theory about it. How about you? What did you think about this week's episode?
So, I'm not going to lie, exact opposite as you. I thought the first half of the Mirror Universe, although wonderfully shot and wonderfully acted, I was bored to tears. And then at the end, I was super excited.
That they're done with it?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I mean,
no, but I mean, I don't want to give away spoilers yet, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it's at the end, everything that we talked about last week that we thought, it seems like we were kind of on the right mark, so...
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I agree, it's a waste of 2 episodes. It doesn't move anything along, which is annoying. But, I mean, it's just a fun romp, and I enjoyed it. I enjoy Mira Georgiou and her basically trying to be Mira Spock, trying to course correct her other version of the Mirror Universe.
Right, exactly. Right. All right, so you want to get into full spoilers?
Sure, let's do it.
Spoilers! All right. So we are in Star Trek Discovery. This is episode titled Terra Firma Part 2, and this is Season 3, Episode 10, and aired December 17th, 2020. We are going to start off basically where everything got kind of dropped off last episode. Michael Burnham had been discovered as a coup against Emperor Georgiou, and because of her treason, everyone wants her dead. Even Michael wants to die.
All the treason.
But Georgiou, feeling some kind of softness and kindness and love for her daughter, doesn't want to kill her for her treason, so she ends up throwing her in the agonizer booths. And from there, she has Captain Killy interrogate her to give away all the co-conspirators.
To break her to bring her back into the fold.
So we get a long montage of Michael Burnham being tortured, and
I loved Killy's expression whenever, like, she was like, "Aw," whenever Michael didn't give up the expression, she made this like really funny pouty face. It's like, "Aw."
Yeah, I know.
And then press the button.
Yeah, she's kind of like that. Yeah, she's like that evil, like Karen kind of thing going on.
Oh, she totally has a mirror universe Karen haircut.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so from there, Keely finally breaks Michael, and Michael decides that she's going to, give up all her co-conspirators. And so Georgiou says, you have to go and kill everybody and who you worked with. And she's like, okay. But apparently she says, but you can work with Detmer with this. So
yeah, because Detmer had come in and so Georgiou knows Detmer's like a co-conspirator with her.
Right.
They showed them chase down Landry, but Landry also doesn't get to talk. Landry also dies, not quite as a horrifying death as the tardigrade, but Landry's died 3 times now.
Something like that, yeah. Just destined to die no matter what. Don't go out in space, Landry. And then, so when she goes into kill everyone, the only one she couldn't find was Lorca. Lorca's been missing for forever. So I'm assuming
presumably stuck in the Prime universe. Another Prime time, Prime version 2 timeline.
Prime time, Lorca. And so what happens from there is that she like has all the badges of everyone she collected, a co-conspirator, and then she kills Detmer right at the end of it. So Detmer gets it too. She gets stabbed by Michael, and so now Michael Burnham is in the good graces of the Emperor again. And what happens from there is they get a signal from somebody who's working with Lorca,
yeah.
Yeah, and this guy, he's at Ryza, so, and his ship's there, and he's.
I guess they never made it into a pleasure planet because they said there's not a warp signature with 150 light years, and I'm like, what? This place should be hopping. We're all the Ferengi.
They probably bombed the shit out of it. So this guy named Duggan
and Bajoran Horrors.
Don't know who this guy. Does this Duggan ever show up before?
He's the guy from The Expanse who knew about the protomatter and.
Oh my God, that's right!
And
I knew him from something. I thought it was from a Star Trek episode.
No, it's the guy from The Expanse who knew about the protomatter, and Miller shot him in the head, so he couldn't tell anyone about the protomatter.
That's right. Forgot about that. Nice.
So he also dies again. He's also destined to die.
Don't go out in space, Duggan.
Yeah. Miller will shoot you, or one of the Mirror Universe people will.
Right. So they go to Ryza to get this guy and find out where Lorca is. Anyways, back up slightly. We have a small story with Saru and Georgiou that basically Saru's like, you're going to have to call me because I'm going to go through my change of life. And she's like, no, you're going to live, and don't worry, I've seen it happen before. The, what's it called?
Vahari.
Vahari, yeah. And so he says, just lock yourself in a closet, and by the end of it, you'll be okay.
Once you've masturbated 16,000 times, you'll be fine.
And
it's like they tell you go blind if you masturbate too much. Well, when Kelpians masturbate too much, they lose their ganglia.
The ganglia shoots out.
They just fall off.
Yeah, right, exactly. So she says, you'll be fine, and then you can tell everyone else that this Vahara is just a natural thing. It's just your puberty kind of thing kicking in.
It's so natural.
Yeah, so then they get to the Ryza to intercept Duggan, and when he gets beamed on board, he's in the brig, and when they go to question him, this is where Michael and a bunch of other people turn on Georgiou, and they have their phasers pulled, and she's like, she's going to save the empire, and Georgiou's, she seems upset, but then all of a sudden she seems like she's already understood this is going to already happen. So she has a backup plans within plans, right? And so she, Killy comes in with a couple other people, and the Kelpians, Saru, just throw people around like rag dolls.
That's great.
because he's gone through the Vihare, so now he's ready to kill.
Hulk smash, Saru smash.
I know, right? It's funny. It's like the most like chill, calm people, like like Vulcans and Kelpians, are like super strong,
super violent when you want them to be.
Yeah, I know. So, so there's a big fight in the brig. Georgiou forces prevail, and then Georgiou and Michael are fighting, and Michael's got knives, but Georgiou has a sword, and she stabs Michael into the stomach, abdomen, and
I was like, at this point in the show, I was like, I actually, can we stay in the mirror universe since Michael's dead?
Yeah, I know, right? and then she gets stabbed with her knife, and there's a scene where Saru grabs Georgiou and is cradling her, and basically telling her she had to do what she had to do. There was nothing else. There was no way she could go.
You passed through Vihare.
Yeah. So anyway, then she looks like she dies, but then all of a sudden she's back in the Prime Universe, back on Danis 5 with Carl and Michael, and she said, you went through the door and you passed out, and Carl's like, well, you might have been there a little bit longer, and Georgie's like, I was there for months. I was in the Terran universe for months. And then when she looks on her wristband, it shows that she has months of data accumulated on her little tracker. So I guess there was a meaning for that in the end.
Her Fitbit
was like there to track her data. So anyways, Carl reveals himself finally as the Guardian Forever, which is from the original series, the episode City on the Edge of Forever. So
yeah, I mean, it was a cool little sequence. And last time, if you looked at his paper, I didn't notice this until people were posting close-ups of his paper, but it's the same paper that they showed Judith Keeler being killed on. It's the same name of the paper, same logo. It's a really good Easter egg. So I mean, I guess had I noticed that, we should have guessed Guardian of Forever over Q. Although I do personally think it's odd that Guardian of Forever is doing like a test of morality or a test of goodness, because that doesn't seem like a Guardian of Forever thing. It seems like more of a Q thing.
True, but we don't really know what the Guardian Forever could do or would do in the original episode, because they just kind of used them to jump through, and they ask it a few questions and then they fuck off.
I mean, it's true. I mean, we don't know anything about the Guardian of Forever, which is why I lean toward Q, because Q's always like trying to make humanity be better, trying to test them for if their humanity can be better or whatever. So that's why I thought it'd be more of a Q thing. But I mean, either way, it's fine, and I like Carl a lot.
I do too, and I heard some people have problems with them using the Guardian Forever. I'm like, why? It's like, it's part of Star Trek lore, and honestly, I wish we saw more of the Guardian Forever. Which, interesting enough, Carl mentions that they kind of abused Carl and his gate in the Temporal Wars. So
well, the hole did seem a little bit bigger this time than it did the last time we saw it. It got no lube, Carl. We're sorry. We're sorry, Carl.
I don't. Gaping Guardian Forever.
No, the gaping of Forever.
No. We're gonna get banned. We're gonna be canceled. Cancel culture here.
That's fine.
That's fine.
No, but it's just I don't understand why they abused Carl so much and made him gape. I mean, they've got ships that can travel through time. Hell, Ensign What's-His-Face from Enterprise just had like a wristwatch thing that transferred, that was smaller than Georgiou's wristband, that took him back and forth through time. I mean, like, I don't know. Why'd they need the Guardian of Forever? We had time ships, we had the relativity, we had crewman Daniels, whatever tech he was using to go back and forth through the future. It seemed like time traveling, seemed really easy hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, but I bet you using the Guardian Forever would be easy too. If you just say, take me to such and such time, and they just go there.
I don't know. Guardian Forever was a little bit of a dick in TOS. He's like, I'll show you. I don't know.
He seems pretty helpful now.
Yeah, he seems.
He wants to help everybody.
He's got Stockholm syndrome. He liked being abused a little bit.
I know. He's like, please, tell me what to do.
Go through my orifice.
Gape me some more. Yeah. So, anyways, so he gives her a solution, because Georgiou is not cured. She's still coming apart molecularly. So what they're going to do is he's going to send her back into the past, where she is, where the mirror universe is closer to the Prime universe, since they've been the two different time streams or dimensions have been separating for the last 1,000-some years. So they're going to send her back, and so she says goodbye to Michael, and
Michael cries.
Michael cries, of course, as usual. And then, so Michael beams back up. Real briefly, back on the ship, we find out that Adira and Stamets are like taking all this power from Reno's engines.
It was great. It was probably one of the most apt lines in the entire show. Stamets is like, "Where the hell have you been?" I'm like, "Yes, exactly. Where have you been?"
I know. And the funny thing is, which I hate, she was eating black licorice.
Oh, it's so gross.
Oh, it's so gross. I don't know why she's eating that. But anyways.
It's practically an accessory.
I know. It's like, you can't have food here. It's candy.
It's not food. It's candy.
So she's pissed that they're taking more energy from the reserves to find the missing ship that's sending out that signal that they're looking for, which obviously should give them clues to how the burn started.
And Book brought the home pod off of his ship and hooked it up, which so I guess the Siri search is really good in the future, and it can find stuff better once you hook it up to Discovery. Like Alexa. Kind of like a home. It was like a cylinder, like a home pod.
Yeah. So he hooks this thing up, which is a emerald chain tech, and he dismantled some things that can track it apparently. And when he hooks it up, they can automatically read the go through, because I guess subspace is all fucked up, so that's why they couldn't. They were trying to put so much energy to do through their sensors through subspace, but subspace is all fucked up, so it couldn't get through it. So
you still haven't talked about this. There's so many things for them to talk about. They talked about it in the first episode, and this is only the second time it's been mentioned this season about something wrong with subspace, but they haven't elaborated or explained why or what's going on.
Yeah.
Is it linked to the burn or not? We don't know.
But so it looks like that this works, and they can locate the ship that they're searching for, and they can start now scanning that ship. So, and when they consult with Starfleet, with Admiral Vance, he's kind of pissed that Book helped and that he used some Emerald Chain tech. And he kind of like admonishes Book for helping because,
And Saru.
And he's like, well, you wanted us to figure it out, and we figured it out. Like, what? We got results. Like, what do you want? Admiral Vance is like, just seems to be like a guy who just comes down like angry no matter what.
Or he just like, I don't know. I don't understand he's
writing his character.
He's written as an obstacle.
Yeah.
Unless it's to help Michael Burnham. Then it's like, just keep doing what you're doing, Michael Burnham. Even though you fucked up real bad last couple episodes, we're going to you're the man. You're going to be the one that's doing all the good stuff now. You're going to Vulcan. You're Spock's sister. You're going to do this and that. I'm just like, I don't know. It's really weird. Like, I don't understand how he's written. He's either a hard ass or he's like a teddy bear. And like, he's got no rhyme or reason to what he is.
No, I agree. It's he's kind of a confusing character.
I like the actor. I mean, because he's the dude from The Mummy. He was one of my favorite characters from The Mummy, mysterious dude. But like, I don't know, he just doesn't have much of a character. Like, it's hard to tell if like Starfleet is actually evil in this future. Like, I mean, maybe that'll be a reveal at the end of the season that Starfleet's evil, and like they've got to like fix Starfleet from the inside and make it good again. Because the Vulcan lady, whenever they're talking about the Federation, Saru's like saying what he believes in. And everyone's like, do you really think the Federation is this? Mm-hmm. They're casting doubt on the integrity of the Federation.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know if that's going to be the finale plot twist or what.
Yeah. And Admiral Vance also brings out that he says, oh, you saw a Kelpian chick over there, so now you just want to go and you want to call her.
It's been a long time since that closet in Vahara, hasn't it?
So get back in the closet, Saru. Yeah. So anyway, so he's like, no, that's not the case. I just want to get to the bottom of this. So anyway, so they guess Admiral Vance says, yeah, okay, continue on. So
he just like got over it real fast. I'm like, what? Like, are you mad or?
He's upset because he doesn't want he does want the Emerald Chain to get their hands on the Spore Drive, obviously. So,
why haven't they copied the Spore Drive? Like, why? It just this shouldn't be a problem.
I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't understand. I mean, the Discovery and their Spore Drive was pretty experimental, and they had the Glen that didn't work out either. So.
Well, they've perfected the technology, so I don't understand why they don't just start replicating it. I mean, they'll have to just take some of Stamets' DNA and fuse them with some other guy, some other person's DNA, I guess, or whatever. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's just they keep like acting like Discovery is like this key and this is a unique thing, and we're just like, you've got 900 years of technology on this. Just copy the Spore Drive for the love of God.
Right,
like,
exactly.
They're scared the Emerald Chain's going to do it, so why the hell don't they? I don't know. I don't understand.
I don't get it either. Well, so that book goes to, console Michael when she finds out that that Michael beamed up alone and not without Georgiou. So everyone knows, she didn't make it. So they have sort of a toast to Georgiou. It's her eulogy, and she's how to put it, it's sort of like saying goodbye to the character.
Yeah,
which
it's her send off.
Yeah, it's her send off, and
So I mean, technically, she is dead because if they send her back in time, she's died of old age.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah.
So as soon as they send her back, she is dead to them.
The thing is so obviously we know that they're going to have a
Section 31 show.
Section 31 with Michelle Yeoh. So that's apparently a thing. I still don't know if they've actually done any production on this or how far they've gotten. It seems on the back burner.
It feels like they announced that before season 2 of Discovery.
I do. I know. Right.
I mean, like, it's like why they announced this so long ago and there's been nothing on it.
Right.
I mean, hell, Strange New Worlds has gotten more production done on it seems, than Section 31. So I don't even know if Section 31 is actually going to happen anymore.
Right.
I'm not saying it's been canceled. I'm just saying, like, the lack of news isn't encouraging.
Yeah, we kind of thought we would have seen that by now, but
they wrote her off the show, so the door is theoretically open.
Yeah, exactly. Through the Guardian of Forever's gaping hole. Mm-hmm. So
just how Georgia would like it, she likes it rough.
Yes, well, she does. So yeah, so she it's a funny little send off eulogy they give her, and then they finish up, and that's kind of where they kind of go. Oh, they're that they're going to go to the ship that's missing. I'm trying to remember the name of it right now. It's escaping me for the moment. The ship that they're searching for.
I don't remember it either.
But anyway, so that's how the episode basically ends. I don't know. Dave, thoughts on the Terra Firma Part 2?
I mean, I understand like why you're like didn't care for it because
I just never liked Mirror Universe. It never made sense to me. It was a fun romp in TOS for a moment. And then, obviously we got, Deep Space Nine took it to weird places.
And it wore out its welcome in Deep Space Nine.
Enterprise had some fun with it. Probably, I think, maybe the more fun, two-shot story. It's a two-part story, but it was just like, it didn't affect anything other than, than those 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So, but...
Yeah, I agree.
Discovery's fascination with the Mirror Universe is, to me, a bit tiresome. But it just never made a lot of sense to me. And that's just me. I always like, how can a civilization continue to work when it's like the Klingon Empire? It's like, if you just keep on killing superior officers, yes, you're going to have like this really like cutthroat leadership, but everyone's always gunning for your job, and and you're just going to die at some point. I don't know.
Who picks up the trash in the Mirror Universe? Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
He's trying to kill his manager, so he gets to manage the guy taking the
trash management position. Exactly.
Everyone's in management and waste management.
Yeah.
I'm the manager. Who's your manager? I'm the manager.
You're speaking to the manager. I don't want to go on a rant on Mirror Universe. If people listen to the episode, people know I'm not a crazy fan. Some people love the Mirror Universe, and like, okay, have fun with it. It's just not my thing. It's not Star Trek to me. I know it's part of Star Trek lore. It just doesn't do anything for me. It's not why I tune in for Star Trek.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel similarly.
It's fun to see. It's fun to see like real quickly, but they've stretched this out. And like honestly, Deep Space Nine, I could skip all those episodes with the mirror universes. I mean, it's just like it really doesn't do anything for me for those, the Deep Space Nine episodes.
Oh yeah,
they're so silly too.
Yeah, they wore out their welcome real fast on DS9. Yeah. I was like, can we not? And now that Michelle Yeoh's gone, hopefully Star Trek Discovery won't ever have to veer into the mirror universe again. But never say never, because this is Star Trek Discovery, and they'll try to find a way.
Right, exactly.
Although they have set up in the lore that it's been hundreds of years since the mirror universe has been seen because it's drifting apart.
Right.
So maybe we're safe for the rest of the run of Mirror Universe Discovery. But we do have Strange New Worlds coming out, so we could spend the whole season.
They could just throw it in. Mirror Universe again.
And then we could do it in Section 31. Michelle Yeoh could go back to her universe. Yeah. And then,
anyways, go
and
on.
Then in Lower Decks.
Oh God. Oh, that's myself.
Yeah, I thought the episode was pretty good. I enjoyed it for the most part.
Said at the end it fell apart for you.
I don't know. I just don't like Michael's melodrama. I felt like she was a much better actor when she was just evil and terrible in the Mirror Universe. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of her character, her characterization, her writing. Her writing was way better in the Mirror Universe. Like, I don't understand. Maybe the writers of Discovery just need to write Mirror Universe, because it's way more compelling from a writing standpoint watching the actors over there than it is from the Discovery standpoint, because everyone's too touchy-feely and huggy and just like we've brought up before, like just not professional, not like Starfleet professional like we've come to expect with Kirk and Picard and all their other crews that had like, at least a modicum of professionalism when they're on the bridge and, on duty. I don't know. The episode was just fun. It was exciting. I loved Georgiou in her element. And then we got back to Michael crying, and I'm just like, oh, okay. This is
all right.
And then it's like Michael Burnham died. I actually get killed in the Mirror Universe. So like, sweet, can we just stay here? We don't have to go back.
I knew you must have loved when she was thrown in that agonizer booth. You're like, thank you.
Yes. Well, I liked that when she got the sword run through. I was like, sweet, can we be done here now? Finally, a little bit bummed we didn't get to see Lorca. I mean, because they mentioned him a whole bunch.
Yeah, I kind of thought that we'd get like a little cameo, but no, apparently not.
I mean, Carl says there's an alternate universe where Mirror Georgiou is dying right now. So it just opens up a giant rabbit hole of like, it's a different version of the Mirror Universe, which means that Lorca is in a different version of the Prime Universe or whatever. And I don't know. And even in last week's episode, I was a little bit annoyed that they had like named all the universes and like they're talking about them like we talk about them. Just like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's a little odd. Yeah,
it's like a little breaking the fourth wall, like saying this is the Prime Universe is the Mirror Universe.
And here we have William Shatner.
Yeah. It was just bizarre the way they named it, how it's referred to, and just so we can keep the universes straight, outside of canon,
Right.
So a little bit strange how they're doing that. But yeah, fun romp. My thing didn't automatically play the preview, so I have no idea what they're doing next week.
They're going after the ship. That's what they're doing. Yeah, and it looks actually pretty visually arresting in a couple scenes. So
cool.
I gotta say their production value on Discovery is kick ass. They look amazing. They have some amazing scenes, and even the opening couple shots of Discovery and the Mirror Universe in this episode, very well done. Like the camera's like flipping and doing some cool stuff.
Oh, speaking of the Mirror Universe, like I liked that they redid the credits, except they were upside down. I didn't like the upside down part, but I liked that they were blue. I wish they would stay blue because it's so much better and nicer to look at than the ugly ass orange the opening has been for 3 seasons. The blue is so pretty. I don't know. That
was cool. Yeah, that's nice. Maybe they took that little note from the Enterprise episodes
that was great. Well, they totally redid the intro. That was awesome.
Right.
But they were super lazy.
Mirror Darkly, 1 and 2.
They were super lazy with this one. The book ship was still there in the beginning. They should have they haven't changed the opening at all this season, because usually they put in different little snippets of different things.
There's a couple scenes in there that are a little different.
Are they? I feel like they haven't.
The captain's chair.
It's been there since the beginning. Yeah.
Was it? I thought there was something else. I can't remember. There's something.
Book ship is always there.
That little robot.
It's been there since the beginning. Yeah, I don't think it's changed.
Robot?
Yeah, it's been there since the beginning, since the first episode of the season. Like in season 2, it changed like 3 or 4 times. In season 1, I think it changed it 3 or 4 times. This season, it's only changed once for the mirror universe, and all they did was flip it upside down and turn it blue.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought they did a couple different.
I've been looking for changes, and it doesn't seem like they did anything. I mean, at least they could have like switched out the book ship and put in the Sharon, something.
Yeah, they did put book ships in it. That's one of the things that they put.
Book ship's
right?
been there since the first episode, though.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you meant since. I thought you meant for all season 3.
No. I mean, it's changed from season 2, but season 2 had a couple snippets where they changed.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
During the season.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. They don't change it per episode. This was the first time they changed something for the episodes with the different colors. So.
Yeah. I mean, in season 2, like they would put in like different snippets of different things, like as the story progressed or whatever.
Right.
Just like it would be more applicable. And some are the same across the board in all seasons, like the hands and like the fungus or whatever and the grappling hook thing. But all the other scenes have been like changed. The season didn't do a lot of change. I mean, they changed at the beginning, but they haven't changed throughout, which I thought was kind of odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I can't wait to get on board with and find out what the hell's going on with what's wrong with subspace. What's wrong with the burn? Who caused the burn? Why is the burn happening? Are they going to find Discovery also in the nebula?
What's the deal with airline peanuts?
I don't know. Arian was played by a different actress than the one that played her, so that she would look different in the mirror universe, which was a nice touch. All in all, I mean, it was solid. Like I said, I just really want to know. I just want to get the plot moving, and I'm hoping next episode will do that. What are your more in-depth, swirly thoughts?
Again, like I said, production value, very, very good. There's nothing I can complain about production. Acting, phenomenal. Michelle Yeoh is top of her game, so, like really good acting. My problem is, first of all, like I said, I stated before, I'm not a big fan of the mirror universe, so I was like not happy about going into this episode. Secondly, I didn't like. There's just a lot of like long dialogue scenes that just like kind of milking things. Like first, Michael Burnham's in all the, going through the agonizer booth and Killy's interrogating her and all that stuff. And you have like Georgiou just sitting there watching her on screen and giving kind of like a dialogue. You will learn, daughter, and you will learn to change your mind. It's just like, okay, what? I don't care. It's like and then obviously she, Killy supposedly quote unquote breaks her and, which she doesn't. And then there's this whole dialogue of her turning in everybody. And at least they didn't show her systematically killing everybody. And that was part of the cue, because that would have been exhausting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it dragged for me, and I just didn't care for, I don't care for the mirror universe. So I was just like, just watching just to see where the plot goes. I had problems with Georgiou, because now Georgiou's changed from being in the Prime universe. So she's become softer, more thoughtful, not as sadistic. Yeah, I don't know what the correct way to describe it, but so because of that, she has, just been like, Kelpians should live and go through the Vohrai, and Michael Burnham, I know you betrayed me, but you can live, And then when she's in the Prime universes, she'll be like, I'll cut you to pieces and suck the marrow out of your bones, kind of thing. It's like a totally different character in some ways. So it kind of frustrates me. Yeah,
that's why I wasn't crazy about how, like, I didn't like her for the 2 episodes leading up to the mirror universe, because she was like just so like over the top. Evil Georgiou was just like, oh, come on. Like it just. I mean, Georgiou at 10 is fine. Georgiou at 13 or 14, I'm like, come on, dial it back, be normal.
Yeah, so that's a part where I got a little bit like, okay. So, and then, I liked the scene where Saru's cradling Georgiou just before she goes back to Dana's 5 with Carl and Michael in the Prime universe. I kind of like that real quick scene. I thought it was well done. But then I loved Carl revealing himself as Guardian Forever. I thought that was fantastic. It's what I wanted to see. Nice callback. It felt great to see. And then somewhere I heard that in the original City on the Edge Forever that there was going to be a person with the gate, but some reason they wrote that off. I'm not really certain on that, but that's what I heard. So
I wouldn't be surprised. They're all about cutting corners in TOS and not having a budget.
Yeah. And then, I mean, a nice send-off for Michelle Yeoh's character. And I kind of felt like these 2 episodes were her send-off.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so, I mean, cool, I guess. But it's not the way I'd want to see. It's just like, it's not my favorite.
I mean, it's just silly for them to do all this to waste 2 episodes to send her back. I mean, she should have just not been on the Discovery when it went into the future.
I know, and
Discovery writes themselves into these weird corners, so they have to they purposely have to waste time to resolve these things. Which, if they wouldn't have written them that way anyway, they wouldn't have had to waste episodes. Like in season 1, the episode where the whole episode's about planting new spores so they can spore jump into Kronos instead of just having them because the plot said they all got destroyed, so now we got to bring them back. And I'm like, well, if you didn't have the plot say they got destroyed, everything would have been fine. Just they do a bunch of weird things where they just have to waste an episode to explain how now they've got it back or how we write Georgiou off. I'm like, why couldn't she just be one of the ones that stayed behind? And then she's Section 31.
I agree for the most part, and I don't know. So I'm going to make an admission. I like Michelle Yeoh. I think she's a fine actor. I just never like Philip Georgiou's character in Star Trek. If we were doing a Mission Impossible movie, she'd be cool. I just don't like the Mirror Universe. I don't like what it stands for. I don't like their people. I know that her character obviously made a change in the end, that she kind of was now working more with Starfleet and the Federation. But I just never really went for it. And that's why I have my misgivings about Section 31. I do. I know you are a big fan of Section 31, and I think it's where we split off here on opinions about Star Trek. I mean, I get that they want to have a vehicle to do the down and dirty stuff that nobody else wants to do, but then it kind of, to me, that always tells me that your society that you base on equity and egalitarianism and democracy and all that stuff, that it's not really what holds everything together. You still need people to go out and do awful things to keep it going, and that everything else is an illusion. That's how I read that then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm incorrect, but that's how I read it.
Well,
and
I mean, I do want a Section 31 show, but I don't want an Alex Kurtzman Section 31 show because I think it's just going to be terrible. He's mishandled Section 31 so bad in season 2 of Discovery, so that everyone's super familiar with it. So I'm like, what good is a secret organization that's the unseen glue of the Federation that everyone seems to know about? I mean, for me, that's the big issue I have with Section 31 is that they took it from this thing that no one heard about to everyone knows about it in the past. And I'm like, what? Right. I see post-Cisco people knowing about it because Cisco probably would have told people because that's who he was. But
yeah, I mean, technically, I mean, obviously, Enterprise, we get the beginning of Section 31 in Enterprise, or I guess it was always kind of written in the charter of
the Federation.
Of the Federation, but that was kind of written obviously afterward. But TOS from TNG, we never had any inkling of Section 31. It was only when we introduced it in Deep Space Nine as a concept.
Although there's a couple episodes, the one where Kirk steals the cloaking device. That feels like it was a Section 31 op.
But it's not really said it's Section 31. It's just under all this veiled secrecy because they couldn't tell anybody what they were doing.
Sure. Which made it feel like Section 31. I mean, it is never said specifically, but that episode definitely feels really out of place for regular Star Trek and regular stuff that captains would normally do. So
I don't know. Picard was always going on some weird mission.
No, only once in a while, just in Chain of Command.
Chain of Command.
Got to find the mushrooms.
Became a ninja for a bit. I don't know. So, anyway, so that's where I am at. So I don't want people to get me wrong. It's like I don't hate the character per se or the actor. I never liked the concept of the character. I never liked the concept of Section 31. But hey, here we are. It's part of Star Trek lore. I got to deal with it. But you know, like I said, I grew up old school with TOS and TNG, and Deep Space Nine was, you know, something it wasn't my formative years when Deep Space Nine was on, should I put on. So that's, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, episode dragged a bit for me. I wish this episode would have moved forward a little faster and get out of the mirror universe, but here we are. It was, like we said, it's Philip Georgiou's swan song for Star Trek Discovery. So.
Oh, I mean, I knew last week we were going to be wasting a whole nother episode and not moving the story along. So it just didn't bother me that they spent almost the entire time in the mirror universe, just because I'm like, there's no way they're going to advance the plot this episode. So. Right. I mean, I just kind of resigned myself to that and just, like, you know, try to enjoy the ride for what it was. And I mean, I enjoyed it for the most part. I mean, was it pointless? Yeah. Was it fun? Yeah, it was fun. It was fine. It was fine. I really just want to see the plot move forward, so I'm really hoping next week we'll finally have some forward momentum.
I mean, we only have a couple more episodes coming up, so, I mean, it's like...
I guess.
I mean, they can't... yeah, they have 3 more episodes.
Oh, I only have 3 more episodes? It's just like... Really?
Yeah, the 3 episodes is The Citadel, The Good of the People, and then Outside.
So no part 2 for that first episode, huh?
I guess. The Hope Is You Part 1. Maybe that's the first season of Season 4, so I don't know.
Maybe Hope Is You Part 2. That's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. They've definitely gone a couple jags to get away from resolving the burn. And
I'm just scared they're going to pull a Season 1 and Season 2. They're going to... they're just going to, like... They're just going to, like, just, you know, try to do... you know, a season's worth of plot in 3 episodes or 2, because we may not even...
feeling, okay, this is what I think what's going to happen. They are going to find Osira and the Emerald Chain are going to track down Discovery, maybe not during next episode or close to the end of next episode. And as they zero in on what the source of the burn is and figuring everything out by the episode 13 or 12, The Good of the People, obviously the Emerald Chain will take over, and somehow they'll get the upper hand and take over Discovery, and they'll, like, maroon them or something like that, so we won't have anybody on the ship. And that's where we'll get to the end of that extra trek with Book going to, I forgot the name of it right now, where Book visits Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be a cliffhanger, like, you know, where they have to get Discovery back or something like that.
Ooh.
I don't know. That's just my thought. And because I know the Emerald Chain, so maybe they won't resolve the burn, but they'll know, like, the what happened with the burn. So we'll have the answer, but they won't resolve it. And then they'll figure it out by Season 4.
God, they're going to drag the burn out over another season.
Oh, you know they will.
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't think they haven't done, like, season cliffhangers. They've just done, like, they just do this dumb thing where they just, like, resolve everything in a single episode, and it's so unsatisfying. Like the Klingon War.
I think they're going to do it, because I mean they've already, you know, Season 4 is confirmed. It's happening. It's going to be in production. I think they know it's happening, and that they're going to tackle it. That
would actually be a giant improvement if they don't try to just do it all in one episode at the very end. Like, if they, I mean, I'm not a fan of them dragging it out, but I'm also not a fan of how the last couple of seasons have ended with, like, the resolution just being so dumb. So I really hope they do not do the dumb thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
It would be nice to get, like, a cliffhanger to next season. That'd be kind of a nice, like, oh my god. Because they haven't really done that yet in Discovery.
No.
And I don't know. Did you ever watch True Blood?
You know, I've only caught a few episodes. You know, my wife's watched it a few times, or she watched it, and I watched it a few times with her, but I never, like, watched it all the way through. It looked interesting. Looked really interesting.
The thing about True Blood, I wasn't in love with the show, but the way they wrote the show, like, every episode ended in a cliffhanger, and it was just kind of like I liked the show despite of itself. Like, the cliffhangers kept you coming back to like oh my god, they're just, like, crazy. Even though I didn't care about the characters a whole ton, just the cliffhangers are so crazy. I always wanted to see how they would, like, resolve it. And, like, Discovery needs to, like, do more of that. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not in love with the characters except for a couple of them, like, you know, like Jet Reno, and having her on screen with Stamets is a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's line that Reno throws out at Sam. He says he can't apologize, or what do you say? He can't apologize because he would molecularly come apart like an adolescence or something.
Like a teenager, and then they show a shot of a deer or whatever.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean their banter is great. Like I want more of that in Discovery because it's some of the best writing in the show.
Well, thankfully, what we've been asking for has somewhat been coming true. We've been getting more of an ensemble story. I mean, it's still like a lot of Michael, but we're getting a lot of other characters now coming through.
But the thing is, when it doesn't center on Michael, the plot doesn't move.
Well, that's true.
Because the second episode had almost no Michael in it, so the plot didn't go anywhere. They were just kind of like trying to get out of their situation. These 2 episodes, the plot hasn't gone anywhere because they haven't focused on Michael. They've been focused on Georgiou. And the episode before that, when Michael booked to his planet, nothing really moved forward because it was an ensemble episode. It's really weird. It's really weird. Every time it's not 100% focused on Michael, nothing happens.
Right.
It's a little bit disappointing. I really wish the other characters had the ability to move the plot along.
Right.
So I'm hoping for more of that next episode. But like I said, these last 2 episodes were kind of a fun, turn your brain off romp.
Right.
And it's fun. I can take it or leave it. I mean, I would have rather gotten more story for the plot, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And there's been some rumors. I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but it looks like Picard and Discovery is going to be coming to Netflix. I've been seeing that float around out there. I don't know if that's confirmed, so that'd be interesting if people can actually start watching those episodes without a CBS All Access.
I mean, they'll probably put make sure the season's a year old before it's on there. So they'll probably put.
I think it, and it's actually probably a good move for CBS All Access because if people really do get hooked and they love it, then they will get a subscription for CBS All Access to get more viewers on board. So,
if you watched it on Netflix, would you hurry up to sign up for CBS All Access? I wouldn't.
I mean, like if you heard,
sure.
Okay, so if
no,
yeah,
I
next Picard season's coming up,
yeah.
and you want to see that, you'll sign up for CBS All Access so you can see that quicker because you've seen it now. You were holding off. You weren't really interested in another subscription, but now you're like, man, I really want to find out what happens next in Picard. I don't think that's.
But the thing is, was Picard good enough? So, like if you knowing what we know about Picard, if we abstain, then we happen to be one of those people that didn't want to do it. And if we watched Picard, I don't think I would want to sign up for CBS. I just wait for it to come to Netflix because Picard wasn't that good.
No.
Honestly, what do you think?
This season of Discovery is better than Picard.
Oh, absolutely! It is absolutely better than Picard. Picard dragged so much. Every single episode was a drag, except for the Riker episode. That was a fun episode, just getting to see Riker, and it was like the most human episode I think of the season.
Yeah,
and I think it was one of the ones where we didn't have a giant like Narek cut to. I think they didn't do that in that episode, which was really good. Oh, because they just escaped because they had what's her face? I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
Expressionless data clone.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Number 2. Take a number 1.
Yes.
So, okay. I don't know. So we'll see. And then we should also state, lastly, is that we will not be recording for the next 2 weeks because of the holidays.
Yes, so we will be coming back and giving our thoughts about all 3 episodes when we get back from the holidays.
Yeah, it'll be after January 1st. So we will do that after the first week of January, whenever that lays.
Yeah, we record on Thursdays, and Thursdays is like Christmas Eve and like New Year's Eve, and it's just like, we're gonna spend time with our family. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So so then probably the next episode, our next episode for Synthaholics will come out on the 7th? No, the 8th.
Yeah, we record on the 7th, that comes out the 8th. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 8th of January. So during that time, I hope you have a great Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, and
holidays, New Year.
Happy New Year, and eat some Christmas cookies, have some time with some of your loved ones.
Make some monkey bread and a Guardian of Forever shaped bunt pan. Tell them about all the gaping jokes that you love to hear on our show.
Drink some eggnog. Just have some fun, hopefully you get some nice presents and you give some nice presents as well. And hey, we'll just pick things up from there. And I guess actually by then we'll be on the last episode of Discovery.
And you can jump back into a little bit of Expanse.
Expanse your pants.
Expanse your guardian of forever.
Ooh. Carl.
Dirty old Carl.
Dirty old Carl.
What did you do with that cigar?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Did you pull a Clinton?
I know. All right. Well, guys, a couple things. If you disagree with us, if you have other thoughts, you can always contact us at our email. You can email us at synthaholics@yahoo.com. We'd love to hear from you there. You can also hit us up on our Facebook group. It's Facebook.com/groups/Synthaholics. You can also hit us up on Twitter, and our Twitter handle is Synthaholic Duo. And if this show is something you would like to support, please go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Synthaholics. We would appreciate the support. Okay, Dave. Well, have a happy holidays.
You too, Aaron.
And great new year, which, I guess we'll be talking after that anyway, so it doesn't matter. But 2021.
Forever 21.
Forever 21, that's right. All right, guys, until then.
Spice must live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper. Spice must flow. Happy holidays.
All of the above.
Well, McCoy, my boy, come mix me a drink. Before the night's over, I'll puke in the sink, and we'll cry till we laugh, and we'll both shit our pants. You're the best drinking friend I ever had.
We'll have all the plot to talk about. Maybe it'll be so much better talking about all three, because it'll
I know, right?
It'll make more sense finally.
Condense those episodes as much as possible.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked that you've got you've got a plan. I don't even know what to think for the next 3 episodes. I just figured they're just gonna drag it out and then try to fit a season's worth of plot into an episode or 2.
This is where I just kind of think it's gonna go. But
yeah, I mean that's more than what I've got. I don't even know what they're gonna do.
I don't think they're gonna. Yeah, I mean they probably won't do what I thought, but I think they're gonna stretch it into the next season.
Which, I mean, could be smart, I guess. I mean, or that means they could drag. If they drag it out the next season, that means they could drag it out to season 5 too.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Tell a story. Please,
right?
Please tell a story.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, sounds good.